I tell you, I'm looking around here. I know there's purple-headed Warriors there. I can see Garry there, of course. But the main man we've added to the mix since last night is the Spud Regis. And he's wandered in, he's got his track shoes on, he's got his shorts and his great T-shirt, and he's ready to go. Hello, Spud.
Great to be here. Very fresh. Had a little ride this morning, a run around and the beautiful spring air.
Yes.
Get in here tonight and see a couple of guys with coin slots for eyes. It was a great game last night. We'll get on to that game, Adelaide v Freo. But Gaz, a couple of our team members tore one off last night.
Well, you know me, Spud. This time of year, I am up always, perennially up, and I don't need any distractions. And I know there's sacrifices that need to be made in finals. And for me, last night was fantastic, and full credit to Adelaide. I thought Fremantle would win, so I had to eat some humble pie, and I wandered home, and I got my book out and started doing my work on tonight's game. And these blokes I was with said, we must have a beer. I said, we mustn't. They said, we must. So I went down, I had 3 beers, Spud, and said, that's enough. I've got to go back up and do the stats for tomorrow night. So I wandered off on my own.
Listen to this.
I left. Done.
Disciplined.
Ill-making.
Well, not even that, just accepted at this time of year.
True.
Dunstall, Barrett, Brayshaw,
Dunstall?
Brownless, shut up, Darcy, and Tunnecliffe, the snorkel.
Yep.
I then got up this morning early, went for a run, and got into the car at 7:30. Duke and I were there. He left not long after me. Bill Brownless left not long after me, and then that was it, I'm afraid.
Well, I had a really good night's sleep till I set the alarm to get up and have a ride about 7:30. The kids play basketball at 9. When the alarm went off, when the alarm goes off sometimes, or the phone, you think, gee, I didn't get much sleep last night.
Early alarm.
Now, I got a message.
You looked at the clock?
Very early days. Have a listen to the message that I got at this time of the morning.
Message received today at 3:20 a.m.
You've got to move on. Mate, the tapes are running, mate. The tapes are running. Come on,
No, that's just disgraceful.
3:20 a.m. When you get a phone call, you think, gee, I hope everything's okay.
Something's happened.
The family, they've got a lot of family up in Ballarat.
Exactly.
You get the purple-headed warrior, this guy here that refused to go down the boundary line last night. Got Bill Brownless to go down. And he's saying that the tapes, we'll talk about the tapes after.
He went out.
Running after in the next
and
segment.
then he went out. And at 3 o'clock was pestering you, and that voice you heard in the back, the beep off Spud. Who was that?
That was Tunnecliffe.
I think it was our leader.
Disgraceful way
that
to
was
behave.
the leader of the pack.
Unbelievable.
Now, the fish rots at the head.
Chaperoning. I had to chaperone these blokes and make sure that they were wandered through a couple of the dodgier streets of Adelaide and just massaged through. But
was the chief out the front?
No, Chief was a minute behind Garry.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he was nowhere near it, Chief.
Well, I tell you, at 7:30 this morning when Duke and I were in the car, I had to ring Barrett and I had to ring Tunnecliffe.
No.
Because otherwise we're leaving. Next minute, Barrett says, I'm on the way. Comes down, sits in the car, this layer of sweat just appeared on his brow.
Flaky skin around his lips.
And reeked. Just really stunk of that.
And his glasses fogged up.
Hadn't had a shower.
I had had a shower. I don't remember that.
I'm not
didn't
sure.
smell like it.
I'm not sure that kebab did us any favours, lads. I got to be honest. I headed around the Albert Park Lake today, and all I could smell was this kebab just coming out of me. It was disgraceful.
Jim,
It was no good.
3 o'clock in Adelaide.
No good.
We do that grand final night. Here
Nice
at the
it
G.
was, Bud. It was nice to catch up with the boys.
No,
Just
you
a couple
do
of
it-
vodkas.
I don't think it was that late either. I think
No,
you
it
made
wasn't
that
that late,
time
Spud. You've
up.
just
It wasn't 3
added
o'clock.
that time
You
on
want me to
the
play it
clock.
again?
It was about 12:30.
That's exactly when it was. In fact, if not later, and it's flattened me, Spud. I'm flat.
Well, it has. I saw Gaz walk in. He didn't even have to open the door. He's just slinked under the door. You two guys need to lift tonight, and you're on notice. You're on notice for us because we're fresh.
Exactly.
Since when? I'll ask you this question, Purple. Since when's Gaz given us stuff what anyone else does, ever?
Oh,
That's a relevant question.
this time
you just don't want to talk.
at this time of year, it's about the football.
You said
It's not about socialising, Jim.
when you
it's
walked
about
in here, you said, I don't want to talk to anyone.
And then
until
didn't for
6
half an hour.
o'clock. Until 6 o'clock when I explode. Gems.
All right, we're going to take a little break here, Purple, but interesting that Spud went nice and hard there, given what's coming up.
The tapes are up next.
Well,
Spud and I really carried that.
There could be a bomb after the break.
In the
with
tapes, there will be, yeah.
What game is it? I'd like to know which game it is so I can have a look.
I haven't worked that out, but there's just lots more screaming and abusing.
Something's just slipped across my desk, and we'll see what happens after the break.
Damo won't back down, mate.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. You've been sensational in the first 15 minutes.
I have, yep.
I've tore it to shreds.
Yeah, you have.
Was as like a dag and a shake from backside.
Nothing.
Our leader.
He hasn't spoken.
He's like Humphrey Bear.
One of the ones that analyse the footy.
Nothing.
Come on, Humphrey.
I only come in if you start talking rubbish. I was very tempted up through that
Feel
segment.
free to add a bit of humour if you got any.
Come on, Humphrey Bear.
I know, you two, I'm going to need to come back in. Oh, yeah, that's just your flat line, that bloody rubbish. All right,
Simon
Spud,
Davis.
get us up next, please.
You can't go out at 3
Purple,
o'clock and back up.
get
Don't
us up
do it.
next
No,
with
the tapes are coming
tapes
next. The tapes
because
are up
we're
next.
looking forward to that.